This is Heather at the library. I wanted to come on today and we want to finish up our wreath, our Christmas wreath series we were doing. The first two we did were, they were basically with 3 different items. You can make a simple Christmas wreath with your green garland, lights, and ribbon. The second one we did was our wood paint and ribbon. And today I'm going to finish up and we're going to use metal paint and ribbon. There are a few little extra things I did do for time purposes, but I'm going to show you basic steps of how to do it with the paint. But the main things you're going to need, the 3 main things you're going to need because we're going to make a gingerbread wreath this time. The main thing you're going to need is a pizza pan. You can get these at Dollar Tree. Some brown paint. If you don't use spray paint is the best thing to use with this, but I wanted to use the things we had here so you don't have to maybe buy anything but maybe just your pizza pan. Paint, if you use the regular paint, you're going to need some Mod Podge to cover it up just to seal it. And then, of course, you're going to need your gingerbread pattern for your face if you're going to paint it. Now, if you have access to a Cricut machine, that will save you some paint and time. And like I said, I just do this for the time purpose, but I am going to show you how to do it if you do need to paint it. And some cutouts for your face. Now, you're going to need some scissors. As basic materials, you'll need scissors, a hot glue gun, and of course some extra glue sticks if needed. And your other main thing is your ribbon. Now, I recommend using wire ribbon because you can also use this as for the backing of your hanging your wreath. Now, what you're going to do to get started is you're going to need to take, of course, your sticker off of your pan. Now, if it does leave the glue sticky residue, you'll need to make sure you wash that because you don't want that on your pan. And after that, you just take your paint, spray paint. Like I recommend spray paint, but like I said, I wanted to use the stuff we had here at the library. If you use paint, it took probably 2 coats of this paint. Paint it on. Once that paint dries, I recommend sealing it with Mod Podge. What I'm going to do now is once you have that, that's your base. You're just about halfway done with that. Because you're just going to take your sticker off, paint your base coat, spray paint. Like I said, I recommend spray paint, especially if you use it for outside. Now the extra things, I'll show you the extra things in a minute. And it's just to jazz it up. Okay, now if you're going to paint, you don't have access to a Cricut machine, that's fine. Just as I said for the last one, you can always use the window clean. Because this is a solid color, it would probably work better. You can actually Mod Podge those on if you don't have, if you're not really artistic and don't really want to paint it, which is fine. If you do want to paint it and it'll help you save time and money, print you out a gingerbread face. I did it this big because you're going to need to make sure it's the size you're going to need for your paint. What you're going to do is take your stencil, and you can find anything off of Google. All this is just a Google image, and I cropped it just to make it shorter. And any phone can do that too, especially if you don't have access to a computer phone. Any phone can do that. You just need to get your image printed out, and we do that here at the library if you need to. If you don't have access to a printer. Take the back side of your thing. You're going to take your pencil, and what you're doing is you're making yourself a carbon copy. You're just making it where you can copy it. Just take your pencil, and you don't have to do the whole picture. You just make sure the spots you need to trace is going to be, that's all you're going to do. Now what you're going to do is you're going to lay this down. Now I'm not going to do this because, see how, and make sure your face is where you want it. And you're going to take your pencil and start tracing the outlines of the shapes that you need to paint. And once you do that, when you take it off, your imprint should be printed on here, and then you can paint your face. Now, if you can freehand that also. You could also freehand it. But that's just an easy, quick tip just for those who may not be able to paint, or even if you're letting your child help you do this, that will help them, to help them go by like a color book page, basically. Okay, now to get started for the part that I'm going to use, for my Cricut, my stencils, I haven't weeded them yet. I wanted to show you how to weed it. Most people probably know how to do this step, but for those who may have, you can actually buy, if I'm not mistaken, print out some stickers that I've already vinyl, that I've already been done. You can do that. If not, just take your mat, and I've got my pieces here. I'm just sticking them on my mat so I can weed it. Excuse me. Now this is my pieces. I'm just going to take it away. I'm just going to weed away the parts I don't need. And the Cricut, I didn't buy anything. I just put together shapes. Like these are just the basic circles and shapes. I didn't buy anything extra. I even just made sure I used the extra pieces of material that we already had here that was used for other projects. I made sure I've reused as much stuff as possible. Because that's the purpose too. You just make sure you reuse as much stuff as you possibly can. Because these are just extra pieces we have left over from other projects. And I wanted to, like I said before, just reuse anything that was possibly able to reuse. Okay. Alright. Now these are my pieces here. I'm actually going to move my board. I'm at my pan that's already prepared. I'm going to get this back off of the stencil. That was just to help hold it for me to get it off, get it weeded. Okay. Put that back on, get it out of my way. Now I'm going to take my transfer tape here. I am going to cut you need scissors too. This is only if you're using the Cricut material. We don't want to come off the paper. Okay, I'm just gonna squeegee these on here so I can transfer it to where I needed to transfer it to. Now I am gonna cut these apart because these are gonna be in two different places. That's why I put this to the side. I should have put my trash can near me. Let's see. Make sure I got a big enough piece for a transfer piece for my smiley face here. Now, if you can save this transfer tape and reuse it, you can. For this purpose, I won't be able to because I'm having to cut it in pieces. But like anything you can save and reuse, just reuse it. It just. Because you don't have to use this just once. You can reuse this transfer tape. Just squeeze it on and make sure it sticks to your transfer. Okay. Get this out of the way. Okay, now I'm just cutting this just because I need to separate these pieces. Just as I did with the other ones. Because this is going to be in two different places. And if you see it didn't transfer, just rub your finger over it or take your tool and just want to make sure I get these so I can show you how to transfer it on. I'm just running out of room. Now this is close to the last piece, and I'm actually not going to cut off any more transfer tape because I want to reuse them for these little pieces. Because I don't want to waste any more bigger pieces for the... Because I know I can reuse those little ones. Okay. Alright. On this, then we're going to start putting our face on. I'm going to get it to a certain spot because I want to put my hat. I'm going to show you my little hat I got for it. Just be careful with it. We're just going to line it up where you want your smile to go and just rub it down. Now I'm going to be kind of careful with this transfer tape on this paint. That's why I said it's best to use spray paint because I don't want to peel up my paint. Alright, that actually went better. Okay. Now I'm going to just put that one to the side because it's in a awkward shape. So see, we already got a smile. Okay, now I'm going to put my eyes down. Oh, let me make sure I get in here. I'm going to say if you don't have Cricut, there's lots of other ways you can paint it on there, and if you paint it, you can actually get a little bit more detail with it. Put this aside for my nose. But there's always other, you don't have to use Cricut. Trying to line up my eyes, don't want them to look cross-eyed. Okay. And nowadays they actually, like with Hobby Lobbies and all kind of stores, they already make, even Amazon sells cutouts and stuff that you can actually just easily purchase. It's just if you have access to these things already, it'll just make it go faster. And if you don't, that's fine too. There's like I said, cutouts and stuff that makes it go faster too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my nose transfer here. Reuse my transfer tape. Peel them up. Peel up some paint. Let's see. My little nose. And I'll give her a little red nose. Because it's Christmas and we want it to be Christmassy. Okay. And I got my two little eyes, my little dots for my eyes. I got to figure out where I want to put them. We'll cut this in half there. Okay. Some vinyl is a little harder to get off than others. This one wants to be a little persnickety today, but that's okay. We will get them off. Here we go. Okay. I'll let him look to the side here. Here we go. I'm going to put you to the side because I don't need you anymore. Okay. The next piece, like I said, is some of the vinyl is a little bit more persnickety. Okay. Yummy! Now he's got ice. Okay. See so far? Yeah, you look like a little gingerbread. And I realized I did something backwards. I realized I just did something backwards, y'all. But see, this is just as easy. An easy fix, no problem. I'm not gonna panic just yet. Actually, you know what? I actually won't put those on because I don't want to mess up his smile. What I had, well, I'll fix it later. But what I did was I forgot to put his little cheeks on. But what I can do is I can put his little cheeks to the side. No, I forgot to put his cheeks on, y'all, but that's okay. I will put a picture at the bottom after I fix it and put his little cheeks on. But either way, he looks cute like that. But see, that's why I said just improvise and move on because I'm getting stuck here. we're going to move that. Now, if you wanted to finish them, that you could be that. Now, you could put a little white, take the chalk pen and put around it. But I actually want mine to look like a little chef. So, what I thought was they had this little chef hat, kid's chef hat, or chef hat. We're going to actually glue him on. I'm going to put my Poly-fil in first. That's why I said this is extra. You don't have to do this. You can stop with the bow. I'm not for sure how much of this Poly-fil I need. This is just going to help push it out and puff it up so it'll actually look like a hat. Like he's actually wearing a hat. Now it can be flattened in the back because when you put it on the wall, it can. That's why I said you probably don't need a lot of Poly-fil. And two, he's also going to be glued. Okay. And the one good thing about this one I found, it had like a Velcro at the back. So if you've got a wider base, you can actually Velcro it and just glue it, make it wider too, okay? Okay, I'm going to take some of that Poly-fil. I want it straight and like puffy, but I don't need it like a pillow puff, if you get what I mean. I don't need it so puffy that I need it, his head laying on it. I just kind of want it, but now I'm going to give y'all a tip. I haven't, take some white zip ties. If you don't have Poly-fil, you can get those at Dollar Tree also. Those long zip ties. Glue those on the inside. It should help harden up that hat where it'll stay up for you too, okay? If you can't get to Poly-fil, we just had this at the library. You can use them plastic zip ties on the inside. I would recommend using whatever color hat you have. Mine was white, so I want to make sure I got white because if you had like the darker color zip ties, it would show through. So just make sure you do that. So I'm going to flip him over. Actually, no, I think I'm going to glue it on the front here first. Make sure he doesn't move on me. Okay, I'm going to take my glue gun. I know y'all get tired of me saying it, but please, as always, be careful with the hot glue guns because they can burn you seriously. Okay, oh no. I got glue. Okay, let's get that off. I got glue on my board. Okay. Okay, we'll just cover him up right there. I'm going to make sure this is puffed down and glued down in the areas I need him to be. Because I want it to make it look like I saw on his head, okay? And we're about done, guys. We're about done. This will just add a few extra little embellishments to him. And we're going to flip him over. And I'm going to make sure the back is glued also. Okay. And this will also kind of help hide your little string or your hook or whatever you need for the door frame too. It might help hide it. But my ribbon's going to be the same, so I'm not worried about it. There you go, cute. Okay, now my co-workers actually helped me make a bow today because I'm not proficient at making bows. I buy it if possible, but I wanted my ribbon to match. Isn't he adorable? Okay, so we're gonna make our little. We get my glue off, my little extra glue I have on here. I drop glue on it. We're gonna glue our bow. Let's see if I can show it to you. Make sure I'm gonna glue the bow to the hat because it'll make a little girl. I guess if you want to make it a little boy, you can put the little bow tie at the bottom. We're gonna make our little girl a gingerbread, a little girl's chef gingerbread. Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure that's glued on enough. Make sure. I'm just trying to make sure the glue's dry. Okay. Now the extra little touch I had, I found me this little cute whisk. I found it at Dollar Tree, and I'm stuck to the table, y'all. Me and the hot glue gun ain't getting along today, but that's okay. We're going to take my little thing off and my little whisk here, and this is going to make her a chef. We're going to put her to the side here, okay? And we're going to make our little gingerbread chef here. I'm going to make sure I line it up where I need it, because I want to make sure my glue just goes where I need it. Or all over the board. Okay. I'm just getting my little strings off, because you know the little glue always makes little strings, and I'm holding them down. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna put my now if you see you need more poly-fil, you can put more poly-fil in there too. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure it's stuck on there. I'm gonna just hold him for a second. Alrighty, now look, we got a little gingerbread. Isn't he adorable? Well, I told you me and the glue gun ain't getting along today, but that's okay. I think because it's a silicone, it's the heat. It's supposed to be heat resistant, but we're gonna get him glued. Just don't glue me. I'm gonna hold him. Okay, while that's drying, okay, we're gonna take our wreath, our same ribbon that matched, and we're just gonna use this as our hook for the back. As always, we need a hook. Now, if you think it's not going to be heavy enough, you can always use jute twine or string, something, but this should be, it's not that heavy of a weight of a string, of a wreath. Now, the heavier your wreath, of course, you're going to need a stronger material. I think I'm going to actually fold this ribbon in half, because it is and that will help it too. We're gonna kind of loop it around like an awareness ribbon. When I do it, it'll help the hook. See, your hook will be better. I'm gonna flip him over, and that pressure will help hold that too. I'm gonna make sure I'm where I need to be. And then we're gonna, like I said, my chef hat's actually helping me glue this down, and I know you can't see it, but I'm gluing this down. I'm gonna just put it on the back of my chef hat. I'm gonna put my little first leaf. I'm gonna hold it down, because that's thin ribbon, so I'm just making sure I'm not gluing me at the same time I'm gluing the ribbon. Okay. And if you see you need more glue, you can also put glue. If you know if it's going to be on the back of a door where no one can see it up in there, you can also add tape. I'm just doing it this way, so because if you have like a glass door, you can actually, it looks neater at the back. Alrighty, now we have our little gingerbread. Isn't he adorable? Or she adorable? I keep getting it backwards. Alrighty, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this series. If you missed any of the other series, please go back and watch them. We always have them archived on our Richmond Public County Libraries Facebook page. And also keep an eye out there, because we always post our upcoming programs for adults and children of all ages. And also we have our Christmas programs coming up for all our libraries. So keep in touch and stay tuned.